Hey, what a lucrative, invaluable, scintillating, and explosive program on OSB television. Iliawiye Okebale Oshogbo Christine, Golden Footprint. Wow, this is for you and I to imbibe the culture of heroism. Golden Footprint, every Saturday, 11 to 11:30 in the morning, is garnished with extensive linguistic exquisiteness via semantic, pragmatic, phonetics, and other variety. You shall acquaint heroes and heroines. One extra package for school ages is quiz online. People of nobility can showcase powers on the biggest academic show, while schools and academic enthusiasts can power the quiz angle to augment the progressive dance stride flowing in the state of Osun. Contact numbers are 08034114959 or 08033760292. Aha! Golden Footprint, 11 to 11:30 on Saturday mornings with Adebisi Abidjali. A challenge greater than in tantalizing fantasy. Your journey program that's enlightening people about their day-to-day communication, particularly how we make some words that are a little bit what needs a little correction. Then what are the model of communication that is so wide? Then that is the platform that is English language is what we have to scrutinize it so that we can know the difference between the educated and the one that just come across it. Because anybody who is a speaker can say anything, but somebody who undergo training, that he must be able to dissect the language, that is must be able to say why he says this. Therefore, your mastery of the language is what we treat here. And we always take a particular topic that is minute, that is common in the circulation, and we bring action in out of each topic. Today, we want to go into another topic that is very, very common. Even when you ask somebody in pre-KG, they will tell you the meaning, and even they will give you the example. But we want to take it from the known to the unknown. Let us look at it. The topic is pronouns. You know, on this program, we don't need to be saying the definition of pronouns. We are communicating to the young and the old one. Therefore, we know that a pronoun, is used instead of a noun. That is the elementary aspect of it. But what we want to look at it today, we want to look at it, the usage. That is the functions from this angle. It can be used distributively, or it can be used in terms of a position. You can use it in terms of position of an object or subject in a given statement. One should not one should note that preposition for distributing an object is different from the one that you use for two objects. Yes. Let us look at it from this example. Distributed. We have distributed. We have emphatic, that is emphasizing pronouns and so on, other pronouns like that. But here we want to make use of these basic one. We don't want to extend it beyond the level that a layman can communicate, because we are not talking to only students, we are talking to English communicator on the program. Let us look at the example and criticize why this is so and why it is not supposed to be so. That is in another realm. I drove myself to Lagos. Look at the way somebody say, I drove myself to Lagos. I drove myself to Lagos. You can say that I drove myself to Lagos. Yes. Or I drove to Lagos. Any one of the two are correct. But why do we use myself? Don't forget that we said that they are emphasizing pronouns, myself. And it is not necessary. You can say that I drove to Lagos. You are still communicating. But when you want to show emphasis, yes, you want to show accentric, you want to show emphasis on the statement. Possibly somebody who is naive in driving, you are naive at driving, then you want to show that you are fortunate to be able to drive from here. You know, it's not easy to drive from here to Lagos for somebody who is not versatile, who is not good enough at driving. Therefore, when you say I drove myself to Lagos, that means that you want us to pay attention on the person who drove to Lagos, because the person is not used to doing that. Possibly it might be the first time the person is doing so, or the person has done it before and failed. Therefore, it is newsy to say myself. I drove myself to Lagos. I hope you understand that. Now let us look at another one. When you say the matter is between you and me, look at it. Some people, you and me, you and me, you and I. We are coming to talk about you, but I want to talk about when you are combining them together. You and me. You and me, when you say you and me, the two of them, they are always what? They are always in objective case. But you on his own, possibly if you have the opportunity of coming to you and emphasize and talk about you, we are coming to talk about it. You can be subject and object. I want you to understand this one. You or yourself or anytime, any form of you can be used either as a subject or as that is, it can be used as a receiver of an action or doer of an action. But if you are combining it with me, it is going to be what? It's going to serve as an object, receiver of an action. But when you are combining it, you can say you and I. Yes, it's also correct. But when you use you and I, the two of them must be what? Must be in subjective case. Am I communicating? You know, I is subject. Yes, I am now telling you again to remind you that you also can be subject. Therefore, subject you. Then the other one and must also be what? Must also be I. You and I. You understand that? But when you say me, the two of them will be what? Will be receiver of an action, that is object. Let us move on further down. The matter is between you and me. That is to say that you and me, the two of them, when you underline, the two of them are serving as an object of the what? Of the action in that one. That is for that. Then likewise, when you say you and I, look at the construction. You and I sat for the examination. You can say that you and I, they are the one that performed the action. Action what? Action what? Sat for the examination. I hope you can see the difference between the two compositions. The matter is between you and me, that is objective case. Then you and I sat for the examination, subjective what? Subjective case. I hope you can see the difference now. I hope you add that one to your understanding of your subject and object. Then in the game of pronouns. Let us move further. You are dash. Sorry, you are good, Mr. Chidi. You are good, Mr. Chidi. Yes, the other thing that I want to bring out is that you can serve as singular, and at the same time it can also serve as what? As plural. But in as much, whatever the role is played, whether you use you for a singular person like our Chidi now, if you use you for a person, then it will take plural verb. But if you mention the name of the person, that means that you don't need what? Pronoun again. Then the person is going to be represented. That is, the verb will be what? Will be singular. Even if it is auxiliary, you have is or you have what. But if you say you and you want to use auxiliary with it, you use are. Therefore, you can function as plural, and you can function as what? As singular. But what plays between the two of them is that anytime you use you, whether you use it for singular or use it for plural, the verb or the auxiliary verb must be plural. Am I communicating? Now you can see that this game is very, very simple. Let us continue playing. You are good, Mr. TD. We are talking to only, we are talking to only one person. That is what? That is Oyedeji. You are good, Mr. what? Mr. TD. Therefore, you here, you in the first instance is what? Is playing with But when you are saying Mr. TD, you are referring to Mr. TD. Even if you use his two names, you are going to use what? Singular verb or singular auxiliary verb. Let us look at the example. Oyedeji is good at work. Look at it. Oyedeji is good at work. Oyedeji is a person. Is auxiliary verb. Good at work. You can see that one now. It's very, very simple. Just note it that whenever you have you to be followed by what? By a predicate or a verb or auxiliary verb, it must be what? It must be plural. But whenever you are using single person or the person and his surname, the two names are not names. The two names is what? Are a name. You understand? Therefore, because of the function, we are talking about function. Because of the function, Oyedeji is a person. Therefore, is we follow it. Now, let us move further. Yes, okay. You are all blessed. Yes, all the crew today. You are all blessed. That is you in terms of what? Generality of the people in a particular place, more than one person. You in the crew today, you are all what? You are all blessed. But when you say, okay, that means that when you want to be mentioning the name, you are talking about Ashiwaju, you are talking about GB, you are talking about Mama, the beautiful woman, yes, who is fortunate to be part of Oshogo, and other people in that place. You are all blessed. Therefore, when you are mentioning their names, is going to be used. That is auxiliary and if you want to use verb or what you want to use verb, the verb must also be plural. But when you are saying, look at this one also, okay, when you are mentioning people and the speaker is involved, you will not look at it. The way you compose English is different from the way you compose Yoruba. If it is Yoruba, you put yourself first, you put others follow. But if it is English, the format is that you list all those who are involved, then you put yourself last. Look at it. This is how it must be. Wale, Isaac, Emerson Daddy, and I edited the job. Look at it now. I mentioned what? My own pronoun last. You cannot put your own. But when you look at it from Yoruba system, you put yourself first. Look at the difference between the two. Yes, those who study English will understand this, what I'm saying. That is how we should have it. On this one, let us entertain our young ones. When we come back, we are going to look at a particular thing that is going to work, that is going to fascinate you. Who is that person we are going to learn? Let us entertain our young one with this rhyme. After the rhyme, then you come back to meet me on Go to Fruit Me. I'm Adebisi Abijeli Aderotimi. Let us join Lara to give us the entertaining aspect of Go to Fruit Springs.
Daddy finger, where are you? Here I am, how completed. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that job well done. As we always say that this segment is going to be what the segment that ginger spirit in you to become a hero, or if you are if you have a feminine gender to become a heroine. With going to be what are we going to learn today? Then we are going to learn heroism in a particular thing. Let us go and join Lala or you do to give us the hero. Then don't forget to take your Bible, take a jot of how the person spent his life, so that you can be able to make your own and improve your life. Let's watch.
I'm going to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Five score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
State of Osun, that is Osun State, we are celebrating the new governor tomorrow. Let us move on to the last segment where we are going to review the sound, that is how words are supposed to be pronounced and how words. But today, we want to look at syllables. We want to celebrate syllables. That is where when you have a word, then you break them into syllables. Then where does the stress lie? That is what we want to look at today. The stress. As we are moving on to GB desk bit by bit. I hope the GB desk is much ready for us. What we are looking at, we want to look at the word. When I give you the word, I spell the word for you. Then where the stress lies is what we want to test today. Let us go to GB desk. The first one is the instruction is from the word, the letter A to D. Choose the one that has the correct stress. Okay, GB, thank you very much. God bless you. God bless your attaches. Yes, the first one, I hope you can see it, the example, you can see it very well. Democratic. When you pronounce democratic, you can see that the first one in there, you cannot have the stress there. You have your stress on C, that is cra. Therefore, in democratic, the one that has cra is the answer, which is option D. Yes, you can now be part of the show. GB is going to give you exercises now. It is now up to you, between you and GB and his numbers of attaches. Let us have you. The second one is going to be rolled. Thank you, GB. God bless you. Very good. Yes, in the second one, you can see it clearly. Yes, as you can see it clearly. How do you pronounce it? Constitution. The one that I always tell you, that the one that has Minsan. God bless you, God. GB, God bless you. Really good. God bless you to your younger ones over there. Yes, in constitution, you can see the first syllable, the second syllable, the third syllable, and the last syllable. Which one? The number is 0069573792 is the number to use to be part of the show. Is 0069573792. You are going to have it. Kosi Ashwaju. Yes. Just have you, and as we are expecting you, then you get this number down before you have it on the screen. It's 0069573792 is the number. When you look at the word constitution, in constitution, you can see that when you pronounce it, the one that has what means sound is the syllable that is straight. Therefore, you can see that C, constitute, in stew is what is the answer. Therefore, in constitution, 2 is the answer. That is option C. Let's move on to the next one before we wrap it up. The next one GB is going to give us very shortly. Extravagant. Thank you, GB. Thank you. In extravagant, you can see that extravagant. That is how to pronounce it. Then which one? You can see that in V is the one that possesses the mean sound. That is the straight sound. Therefore, C is the answer. Extravagant. And the last one before we call it a day. Yes, the last one, I hope we are alerted that we should go out. I'm very sorry we may not be able to give you the last one. I want to appreciate our Director of Transmission, Oyediji. Thank you very much. I'm very sorry we may not be able to pick it today. Lara Oyedo, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity. Miss Iya Oshonshoko, thank you very much. My man, GB Days, that is Benga Olatunde. Thank you very much. Yeah, Ashwaju, God bless you. Really good. Sunday, Omala, I'm very sorry we may not be able to pick the call. You join me next week. Sorry, you join me next week. I don't miss my name. Bye for now.
Hey, what a lucrative, invaluable, scintillating, and explosive program on OSB television. Iliawiye Okebale Oshogbo Christine, Golden Footprint. Wow, this is for you and I to imbibe the culture of heroism. Golden Footprint, every Saturday, 11 to 11:30 in the morning, is garnished with extensive linguistic exquisiteness via semantic, pragmatic, phonetics, and other variety. You shall acquaint heroes and heroines. One extra package for school ages is quiz online. People of nobility can showcase powers on the biggest academic show, while schools schools and academic enthusiasts can power the quiz angle to augment the progressive dance stride flowing in the state of Osun. Contact numbers are 08034114959 or 08033760292. Aha! Golden Footprints 11 to 11:30 on Saturday mornings with Adebisi Abdul-Jalil. A challenge greater than in tantalizing fantasy.